Welcome back to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel that uses game simulation engines to test sports hypotheses. Today in this series, we're currently tracking the LA Dodgers and if they could win the Western Division in 1990 without the services of Alfredo Griffin at shortstop. We're currently on the May 6th game, and in this game, the Dodgers will get back their starting pitcher, Jim Neidlinger. And that made me go look through the list of injuries this season, and the Dodgers have been fairly fortunate with Juan Samuel and Neidling are the only ones that have had any serious time missed. Mike Sharperson had a temporary injury, but that's just enough for the person to, I guess, rub some dirt on their injury and get back out there for the next play. Well, I was looking into that to see, the various days here show you when the injuries will heal. There's also game-only injuries and the temporary ones that we just talked about. I wanted to look at a specific injury, and I chose Andy Hawkins when I was researching temporary injuries and what that means. And when I went back to May the 3rd, I noticed something interesting that I'm still kind of confused about. So if anybody's watching this video and they could comment on why this is happening, I would really appreciate it. There you see the Dodgers pitching is currently the best in the National League, which is better than I thought it would be when I started the season. The bullpen ERA specifically is tops as well. So I'm going to go back to the schedule for May the 3rd when the game allows me to. And I'm going to go to the Yankees box score to specifically see when the pitcher was injured. And I found something strange. And there you see it. Nothing. And you might say, well, you're only on the film part. If I click here, if I click under pitching, batting, there's nothing. And it's not just that game. I could pick another random game here that also happened on the 3rd. And as you see, the same thing occurs. The picture doesn't even change from the last time that the game pulled up a successful box score. None of the box scores on this date are available. When I went back and checked on other areas, like April 26th, those box scores weren't available at all as well. And this is very confusing to me, and it kind of scared me, actually, because I don't understand how a game where stats are so important could have a hiccup like this. I'll pick a random game here from the 26th of April, I believe. I was looking into Rob Deer's injury with the Brewers, and when I got there and clicked on it, again, nothing. Now, let me be clear, this is not every single day. I'll pick another one at random, the 28th. I would assume this day is okay. Or maybe not. Let's check April 30th. And on this day, Mike Morgan pitched a complete game. So let's look at that box score. And that day is not there either. So I'm a little confused. Let's pick another day. Let's go with opening day, April 9th. Let's see if that works. The box scores are kind of scaring me. And I'm not clear whether or not that's something that I did on my end or if the game is not functioning for that. let's try May 1st. In that game, the Dodgers beat the Pirates. See if that box score is available. Okay, that one is. There you see the pictures, you see the numbers, there's the pitching from that game. And there's the at-bats for both teams, so that's good. Now, the reason I'm not completely just wondering if this season's even going to finish based on that is when I go to the roster page, the error with the box scores is only visible in the game logs, not on their total stats. As you can see, this page that's currently on the screen, it still tracks 25 games that the Dodgers have played, their pitching stats as a team. The problem is, I believe Cal Daniels has missed one game. Yeah, he's missed one game. So that is correct. These stats are correct. 370 average. So we'll just stick on that. 24 games, 370 average. And then we go to the game logs. And you can count them all, but they're not all there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about the counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there's 3 games that are missing from the, and you can see the average is not the same. 383 is not the same as 370. And this is correct because I know he had to have one day off due to rest. One other person I could show is the only player that has played every game thus far in the season. That's Eddie Murray. He does have 25 games. And if you go to his game logs, again, I apologize for the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He is also missing 3 box scores. And I don't know, again, I'm not blaming anybody. I don't know if this is a snafu with the game. I don't know if this is something that I did incorrectly when saving the game or backing up the game. But that's the situation. And it concerns me. It doesn't make me want to stop playing or give up or say the game is flawed in some way, because the real stats are still being kept. The total stats for the team, the total stats for the players are still there. It's just in the game log somehow connected to the box score, and that is not lining up with where it should be. And so that leads off today's game. We should be playing the 3rd game of this series against the Philadelphia Phillies, looking for a sweep before a day off. We're in game 3 also of an 8-game road trip. That's the first long one for the Dodgers that I said would make a difference in seeing where this team really is. Despite their 16-9 record, we are paper thin in depth. We lose one player, and it completely changes our approach to hitting and scoring runs, which is the key to winning games, because our defense is not good. So, Jim Neidlinger, as I spoke of at the beginning, should be facing Ken Howell. I will have to activate him, so we'll see how that approach works before we start. Otherwise, we should have too many players on the roster. And it does state down here we have 26 players available, and the limit is 25. Somebody's going to have to go down, but first let's look at the pitchers. And Neidlinger's there, and he's available, and he has 115 pitches, so he's going to start for us. In order for him to start, we're going to send down Darren Holmes, who's pitched well, but I right now need an extra left-hander. Ray Searage is available, and Poole will be available. No one else left-handed is available. Okay. So we'll build our lineup. Again, apologies with the clicking. Not the best at this. Trying my best, though. Eddie Murray will lead off and play first base. Cal Daniels will be in his normal second spot, playing left field. Okay, now looking at OPS for right-handers, the next hitter should be Kirk Gibson, and that's what we'll go with in center. Sosha bats fourth. Harris bats fifth at third. Javier is in right field. Mike Sharperson will play, well, Mike Sharperson, excuse me, will play second base today and take over for Samuel because he has just not done what I'd like to see him do against right-handers. So Samuel will sit this out. He could be a pinch runner. And to pitch, we talked about Jim Neidlinger. He will pitch. And that lowers the expected runs to 4.9. Vizcaíno will play shortstop. Excuse me, I skipped over him. So that shifts Sharperson to second base. We'll see how we're still gaining data on that to see how Vizcaíno plays at short with Sharperson or Samuel. I'm also tinkering with an idea. Samuel does play center field, and that could get me an extra bat in the lineup, especially against the lefty where Samuel is a lot better. But let's see how today goes. Again, looking for the sweep against a very tough Philadelphia Phillies team. The last game, we had a great comeback thanks to Fernando Valenzuela and some timely hitting. So it'll be 78 degrees. The winds are calm, clear skies. There you see the stadium effects. A big up for left-handers in the home run department. So, and Philadelphia has changed their lineup slightly. I don't know if the computers learned that I'm trying to take advantage of all their lefties. Tommy Herr gets moved up. He's switch hitter, but he'll be hitting left. So the Dykstra gets moved from the first spot to the third spot, and Kruk gets moved from the second to the first. So that'll be interesting to see. And then it's all right-handers except for Dave Hollins at third. So I don't know if this was a change based on their last two losses or certain players not playing well or needing rest. But the backup catcher, Lake, is in, and that's a big sigh of relief after watching Darren Dalton hit a 3-run homer in our last game. So it looks like we're ready to go. Start off with Eddie Murray against Kent Hill. First pitch is popped up. Looks like Hollins has got it. And that's 1-0. For Daniels. Pitched is a fly ball to right. Kruk looks like he's going to catch this one before it gets in the stands. He does it. That'll bring up Gibson. Kirk walks, and that'll bring up Sosha with 2 outs. Let's see what kind of... The percentage is not good. Usually Kirk has a better shot than that. Sosha has good numbers. We're just going to let him hit. We could try hit and run, but we're not going to do that right now. Throw over to try to get Gibson. The percentage actually goes up, but not high enough. So again, still good numbers for Sosha. They throw over to get Gibson again. They don't. Still 42%, too low for me. See what Sosha can do. And he hits a liner into center field that will drop. That's a single for Sosha, the first hit of the game. Gibson going to try for third. He is. He'll make it. And there's runners at the corners for Harris. He's had a lot of opportunities like this early in the season and come through sometimes. So we're going to see what he can do. An average of 355, an OPS of 939. We like this. So we'll see what he can do here against Howard. And it's just a fly ball to center. So the Dodgers threaten, but they don't come across with the run. Half an inning, no score. Neidlinger back on the mound for the first time in about 2 weeks. Faces Kruk and it's a ground ball to Sherman to throw to Murray. That's 1 out. Next up, Tommy Herr. Former Cardinal hits one to right. Javier should have this. Coming in. 2 down. Dykstra, who's at a 15-game hitting streak. It's a ground ball. Looks like this Caino. He's got it. Long throw to Murray. We're through 1. It's no score. To the second. Javier leads off. And he hits a looper that's going to fall in there in left field, base hit for Javier. So we have a leadoff runner on, not looking to run here, with Sharperson, who's been in a slump lately. Bunt is pretty good, but with the bottom of the order behind him, I'm just going to try to get hits here. First, a throw over. Ken Howell really does not want people running on him. Jumps the percentage to 51%, but still not high enough for me. Pitch person is a liner to right. Kruk has got it. 1 down. Javier for Vizcaino. First throw over. Try to get the runner, and the ball's still moving. They picked him off. And now we see why Hal threw over so often. 2 outs for Vizcaino. So that hurts. We're not going to get the pitcher spot. Hey, it's an easy ground ball to her. Over to Jordan. Through 1.5 innings, there's still no score. Neidlinger to Reddy. Struck him out. The first K for him. 2 outs for Dickie Thon. Shortstop hits one to left. Still arcing up. It's way back, and it is gone. Solo shot for Dickie Thon way up into the left center field stands, and the Phillies take the lead early 1-0. 339 feet over Daniel's head. That'll bring up Jordan. Neidlinger's pitch. Ground ball to Sharperson. Got it. Murray. 1 out. 2 outs. For Dave Hollins, the left-hander. It's a ground ball to Sharperson again. It's got over to Murray. So the solo shot takes the lead for the Phillies through 2. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. Pitcher Knight walks. Wow. All right. So we got a runner for the top of the order with Murray. And those numbers look really good. An OPS of 1.344. Average of 391. All right, let's go. Pitch to Eddie. He walks. So it's first and second. Nobody out for Daniels. And look at those numbers. 317, 563, 762 slug, and a 1.325 OPS. So in the market to try to tie this game or go ahead. Here comes Daniels. And first there's a wild pitch or pass ball. Ball gets away from Lake either way. It's a wild pitch, and the runners move up to second and third. Daniels with a 7-game hitting streak. So a fly ball here ties the game, probably, if it's deep enough. Neidlinger running, of course. And Daniels does more than that. That's a shot out of here. That's a 3-run shot, and it's 3-1 Dodgers. A lot of people, I think, believed that putting these guys at the top of the order, where their home runs would just be solo shots. Can't say that on this occasion, as the pitcher and Eddie Murray in front of him get on, and then Daniel sends them home with a 3-run homer to right. 370 feet, his 8th of the season. He's up near the top. So the Dodgers take A 3-run shot. Strikeout from Gibson. Here's Sosha. First time up, he'll walk this time. That's how walks get you in trouble. Both runners who got walked came home to score. There's Harris. One out. He hits a fly ball to the left. Reddy should have this. 2 out. Sosha goes back to first for Javier, who singled his first time up. And he hits a ground ball to Thon. That should get him out of the inning. He makes a great. And did he go the short way? Yes. He gets Sosha at second. That ends the half inning. But the Dodgers hit a 3-run home run from Cal Daniels and take the lead 3-1. Let's see what Neidlinger does with the lead now against Lake. He gets his second strikeout. And now Howell. And he gets his third strikeout. So back to the top of the order for Kruk. And it's a ground ball to Murray. Great play on it. Over to Neidlinger. And he is through the third. Neidlinger comes out and pays the Dodgers back for the 3-run homer by getting a 0. And through 3, we're a third of the way through the game. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Sharperson leads off the 4th and hits a ground ball to Thon. Long throw. 1 out. Vizcaíno up next. Strikes out. That's Howell's second K. And Neidlinger will get a chance to strike out to get through the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Hurst starts off the 4th, and he hits a ground ball to Vizcaíno. Over to Murray. 1 down. Next up, Dykstra. Again, looking for that 10th hit in a row, and he's got it. Ground ball into right field. He turns, and I think he has the lead. We'll have to see what Bonilla has done. Oh, he's going for 2. And the throw, he's safe. He's got a double. So the speed comes through, and the Dodgers are in trouble now. So Dykstra gets this hit for his 16th straight game. Randy Reddy and Dickie Thon up next. Neidlinger with a 3-1 lead. And you have to keep an eye on him. Like to get him through this. Only 41 pitches, but we'll see. Coming back from it's a ground ball. Past Neidlinger to Sharperson to first. It's going to be close, and there's an error. And a bad time for an error. I'm guessing that's on Sharperson. At least the ball didn't get past him, but that pretty much guarantees a run's going to score in this inning. So Reddy is safe at first. Dykstra moves to third for Thon, who has a single in his 1 at bat. Not a whole lot we can do here. I mean, we could try to pick off Reddy, but that's not my strategy. So we're going to see what we can do. The numbers look good against Thon. A fly ball here, though, gets the run home. See if we can hit it on the ground. And he does hit it on the ground to Murray. He makes a great play. There's very little chance to get him at home, so we're not going to do that. And there's very little chance to get the double play. So we're not going to throw home. We're just going to take the out. It's at second. So at least out of the scoring position, but the error hurts already. It's 3-2 Dodgers lead. Another great play by Eddie Murray. And we got to face Ricky Jordan. And those numbers still don't look bad. So hopefully Neidlinger can get out of this with a 3-2 lead. There's a pickoff at first. And they got him. Mike Sosha, doing his best Benito Santiago impression, picks him off. We're through 4. The Phillies score the run, aided by the double and error and ground out. It's 3-2 Dodgers to the 5th. Looking for those magic 5 runs to try to win, and there's a run right back. As Eddie Murray parks one in the right center field. Bleachers, it's 4-2 Dodgers after the solo shot. And there's kind of the strategy. 389 feet, only his second home run of the season. Sometimes you just get solo shots. Sometimes you get 3-run homers. But I want those guys to have as many at-bats as possible because they're my two best hitters. Speaking of him, after the 3-run shot last at-bat, here's Daniels against Howell. He strikes out. The other guy's job to get on base, not those guys' job to get on base and knock themselves in. So the bottom of the lineup needs to play better. Kirk Gibson with 1 out. He's 0 for 1. He'll get a base hit to left field. See if he turns. And he goes back. That's just a single. Well, usually with good percentages to steal, but not today, so he's going to hold for Sosha, who has a single. First to throw over. Boy, Howell. I've never seen a pitcher throw over so much. But he got a pickoff. So I guess it's worth it. Gibson's still not going. It's a ground ball to third. This could be 2. Let's see what Holland goes the short way to second. Turn it. They do. And they get it. And that's it for the Dodgers in the 5th. But they get the solo shot from Eddie Murray, and it's back to a 2-run lead. Neidlinger at 48 pitches. Still looks good. Going to the bottom of the order. Let's see what happens here. Goes up first. Gets a fly ball to right. That's going back. It's Javier. Is it going to come down? It is. And he's got it. 1 out. For Hollins. And he lines one into center field. That's going to fall. Single for Hollins. 1 out single for Lake, who has 0 hits and 3 at-bats thus far in the season. Still good numbers. See if Neidlinger can get out of this. Is that a balk? Either way, Hollins moves to second. He balked. So the runner is in scoring position with 1 out. It's an 0-2 count on Lake. Still go after him, see if we can strike him out. And they do. That's his 4th K. He's out. 2 outs for Howell. Let's see if Howell gets the hit. He does. He strikes out. 5 Ks for Neidlinger. He's through 5. It's 4-2 Dodgers. And if he's done his job, he's done it well. Dodgers still need 1 more run to get to that magic 5-run threshold that I look at to win the game. Although on the road, I would say a 6th run would be nice. Harris will lead off the 6th. And he hits a ground ball to Thon. Got over to first. 1 out for Javier, who has a hit and 2 at-bats. And this one, he has a strikeout from Hal. And Sharperson, who's 0 for 2. And he hits a ground ball. Looks like to Hollins. He's got it. It's going to be close. The throw got him. And Sharperson needs a break because he's in a slump. But he didn't get it there. So the top of the 6th is over. As we go to the top of the lineup, eyes have to be on Neidlinger close. He's got plenty of pitches in the arsenal. This is where problems can happen. And he's done a good job. He's got us halfway through the game. So it might be a situation here where a hit and you're gone that quick. He's just coming back from an injury. But we're going to give him a chance to face Kruk with a 2-run lead. That's a ground ball to Vizcaino. Nice bounce for him. Long throw to Murray. Gets the slow. 1 out for her. Good numbers, much better than what I saw with Kruk. Let's see if he can get out of this bat. And he cannot. There's a base hit. And that's probably it for Neidlinger. Her turns and goes back to first. Okay, so right now, we still need to get 11 outs. And let's look at the bullpen. Can I find 11 outs in this group? We have Searage, he's good for an out. We've got Poole, he's good for an out. We've got Cruz, he's probably good for 4 outs at the most. Gott available for 3. Hartley's available for, well, Hartley is not. He's a starter now. Wetland is available, but he's a break glass for emergency type pitcher. So I don't think we have enough else to get through. And that's one of those considerations, like in the last game where Tim Belcher stayed a little bit longer and gave up the big home run, but he did get me 2 more outs. And if you watch the rest of that game, I highly recommend doing it from the last video. We probably wouldn't have got to the end of the game without being able to have him get those 2 extra outs. So let's look at what Neidlinger is. It's a 1,000 OPS. And Dykstra does a lot worse against lefties than righties. So this is a chance here to use a lefty. And Searage is my better lefty. But afterwards, it's all right-handers. And Jim Poole is a lefty, not good against Dykstra. So we're going to use him here to try to get through this. Although we will still have to see Dykstra one more time in this game. And we're going to have to hope that, I guess, Tim Cruz can get him out. So we're betting on Searage getting Lenny Dykstra here with 1 out. Try to kill this rally in the 6th. Dykstra is a ground ball to Sharperson. Made an error. Over to Vizcaíno for 1, and that's all. So they get the force play on Dykstra for Reddy. And let's see if that's it for Searage, if we're going to go to the right-hander here or not. See what the numbers say. 412 on base. And Tim Cruz is the best choice here that's available. Howell is down. So Tim Cruz is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting here. We can do a double switch. We can take Sharperson out. And put him in that spot. And that means Juan Samuel is going to be coming in. The pitcher spot. Get an extra at bat. No play second. Okay, let's see how this works out. Cruz is going to have to pitch for a while. Let's see if he can. He did not have a great time against the Phillies in the last game. Had to get pulled for Howell to finish up. So Dykstra's going to be running, and he's probably going to get second here. But the focus is on Reddy. And those are good numbers against Randy. So let's see if Cruz can get out of this half inning. And he does with the K. So the threat is stymied. It's still 4-2 Dodgers. 2/3 of the game through. We go to the 7th. I still feel like we need another run. Vizcaíno leads on. And he gets a base hit to right center. Nice. He turns and holds, I hope. Yes. So leadoff single for Samuel, who can't bunt very well. And Howell is well over his 112 pitches. So we're going to let Samuel hit. See if he doesn't hit to a double play. And he walks. All right, so Vizcaíno moves into running. Jeff Parrott's coming into pitch. He's in a scoring position, for Murray, who has good numbers here. 658 slug, 340 average, OPS 1195. This is what I'm talking about. You want your best hitters at the top of the lineup so they can hit the most often. If the bottom of the lineup gets on, like the last 2 batters have, bigger bonus. But don't drop them to 3rd and 4th just so you can maybe get the 1st and 2nd hitter on. That's my theory. Let's see if Eddie proves me right. He's already got a home run in this game. Doesn't need that right now. Base hit will do. But it's a fly ball. Back goes Dykstra. Looks like he's got this. Vizcaíno tries to tag on Dykstra's arm. A 78% chance to run on him. And with Daniels up next, I am not going to take that chance. A great play by Dykstra to get that. So only one out. Seen some great plays in this game. Daniels with great numbers too. 308, 552. Slug is 722 for an OPS of 1.274. Still betting he could get a hit here against Parrott. Already has the 3-run homer. 1 out. Pitch to Daniels. And he walks. So they're loaded for Gibson, who has a single in this game. Single here would do great. Fly ball would probably get Vizcaino home, depending on how deep it is. His number's not as pretty, but still an OPS of 906. So see if we can just get 1 run home. Get to that 5 spot. Pitch, then he strikes out. And this again is why I think, and I flip-flop on it, and I flip-flop today. If Sosha had been up there, I think Sosha would have been able to get a fly ball. Gibson strikes out too much for that 3rd hole. So it's down to Sosha to get a base hit here. He has 1 in the game. He still has good numbers, a 904 OPS. And he walks in the run. Okay, so the run gets in through the walk. Did every single person get a walk on that? I believe so. Vizcaino walked, Samuel walked, Daniels walked, and now Sosha walked. And we walked all the way around and got a run. So we're up to the 5 spot that I wanted. Okay, so Harris is up 2 outs. Also good numbers, 811 OPS, and on base at 410. Let's see what Parrott does here with him. And he gets a base hit. He comes through to dead center. That'll score Samuel. Let's see if Daniels can chug on home. There's a 95% chance. I'm going to take that chance to get the 7th run home. Dykstra with only a 4-arm, and he doesn't even throw. And it's 7-2, and Parrott did not give the Phillies any relief. All right, that makes me feel a lot more comfortable. And we may go to Wetland at some point to save Cruz for a future game. Ackerfeld is coming in, although it doesn't seem like pulling the pitcher in terms of pitches saves them for the next game because just a few pitches makes them tired, apparently. So we'll probably stick with Cruz a little bit longer with the day off tomorrow. Although, again, days off doesn't seem to help pitchers recover quicker. So Javier's up there with 2 out again. A nice rally. He's got a hit and 3 at-bats. He's going to try to get Sosha home here. And he hits a fly ball to Dykstra. That should be an easy catch. But the Dodgers come through for 3 runs. Yep, a 3 spot in the 7th, the second half inning of 3. And they lead 7-2. I'd really like to save Cruz, but I also know on the road, you got to get through the game. Still 9 outs to go. Thon hits a ground ball to Samuel. Over to Murray. 1 out. 8 to go. I'll take anything for granted. Here's Jordan. Cruz's pitch. He strikes him out his 2nd K. And here's Hollins with 2. And he strikes out his 3rd K. And we're down to 6 outs. All right. Cruz is going to himself since he's still got plenty of pitches. Here's Vizcaino. Got a big single. This time a shot to Thon, and it's a web gem to get him. And Samuel, who came in for sharp earlier in the game, he hits a ground ball to Thon. He'll get a chance for another assist. And we're through 7.5. It's still 7-2. Cruz still looks good. We're still going to go with him. Ground ball to Cruz. Murray. And he gets Lake, who goes 0 for 3 today. Ackerfeld's the pitcher is up. I bet he gets hit for. Yep, there's Von Hayes. Not Darren Dalton. This is not the premium Phillies lineup today we're facing, but I'm okay with that. Pitch to is a strikeout number 4 for Cruz. We're through 8, 7-2 Dodgers. Oh, I'm sorry. There's only 2 outs. Jumped the gun there. We still got 4 outs to go. Let's see if he can get Crook. Cruz's pitch, and he does not. That is line shot into left field, but not as important. Number one, it's a solo shot. Number two, it only changes the score to 7-3. But a nice home run by Crook. 342 feet is second of the season. Okay, so now we got to start paying attention to Cruz. He's got 30 pitches. Still, I like the chances against her to get through this half inning. It's a ground ball to Vizcaino. Over to Murray. And now we've completed the home run by Crook sidetracked me, but the Dodgers lead 7-3. Bruce Ruffin comes in against Eddie Murray for one more at bat. Eddie's 1 for 3 with a solo home run, scored twice. Turns around and bats and gets a base hit. See if he holds. Yep, he does. 2 for 4 on the day, raises his average to 368, which is exactly where Cal Daniels is. He's 1 for 3 in the game with a 3-run home run. He scored twice. They'll face Ruffin. It's a ground ball to Jordan. Let's see if they try for the play. They're going to get Murray at first and not Daniel. Murray at second, and not Daniels at first. So with one out, here's Gibson again. Struck out. Made me upset earlier, but for here with a base hit to right. Daniel's going to try Crook's arm, a 2-arm. Oh yeah, he easily cruises into third. So there's one out, runner at third. Now Socha's up. His numbers are decent, even though he's not as good against lefties. Fly ball. And there it is to Dykstra, backing up. He's got it. Daniels should be able to crawl home on Dykstra's arm. And he gets there, and it's now 8-3. The Dodgers get the run back. That Crook solo shot that was just hit. For Harris, who had a big hit in this game, got 2 RBI. 1 for 4 at bat, and he strikes out. Gibson was not running on that play. Okay, so the bottom of the ninth. It's 8-3. Dykstra has good numbers here, so we're going to look at the bullpen. Cruz has pitched well. He's strong. Poole is no better. And I don't think any of these guys are. So we're going to just keep it going with Cruz. Let's see what he can do here with Dykstra. He's already got a hit. He's at 16 games. He strikes him out. 5 Ks. He is really pitching well. If I lose Cruz, at least I used him when he was pitching well. Is ready. Randy ready. 0-3. He pops it up. Here comes Harris. He's got it. We'll see what this means for Cruz in the future. He still has only thrown 44 pitches, but we'll see how many days he's down. He's definitely down. The first game against the Expos. But he would have been that if I'd only used him for one batter, probably. Dickie Thon to end the game. Let's see if Cruz can get it. And he does. I believe that's his 6th strikeout. And the Dodgers win easily, 8-3. So the comeback of Jim Neidlinger is a success. I believe he gives through 5 innings, 5 1/3. Gives up only 1 run, 5 Ks. First, let's go to the hitting. Murray 2 for 4 with a home run, a solo shot. Daniels with the big blow, a 3-run shot to get the Dodgers back ahead. Gibson with 2 hits. Sharperson, the only starter that didn't get a hit. Except for the pitcher, of course. Yep, looks like it. And Sharperson continues, his averages continues falling. For the Phillies, Crook had a solo shot. Dickie Thon had a hit, 2 RBI. Look at the pitching really quick. Cruz gets 6 Ks and a 3 1/3. That is just masterful pitching. He does give up the home run to Crook, but okay with that, and not even plus stuff. Howell did not pitch well. 6 innings, 6 earned runs. That was the difference in the game. Let's look at the miscellaneous. There was a lot of great plays in this game. Sharperson had a big error that cost the Dodgers a run. And a couple pickoffs. Sosha got a pickoff. Javier was picked off by Howell in the second, and Dickie Thon was picked off by Sosha. Two great plays by Eddie Murray. Dykstra with a great play, and Dickie Thon with two great plays as well, short. And they give Cal Daniels for the 3-run homer, but you could easily say some good stuff about Jim Neidlinger. That'll end today's game. Thank you for watching. The Dodgers should move to 17-9. Let's see when the game reloads how much of a lead that'll be. We'll see also the effects on Tim Crews next time. The Dodgers are 3-0. They sweep the Phillies. They move to Montreal next, I believe, after a day off. And we'll see what kind of bullpen the Dodgers have available. They are 2.5 ahead of San Francisco. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Missed It by How Much.